Hello and welcome to tonight's SBC News. A delegation headed by the Minister for Finance, Economic Planning and Trade, Nadi Hassan, met with the media this afternoon to further explain the government's decision taken last Friday to cease payment of end-of-year bonus by state-owned enterprises. Minister Hassan stated that the decision regarding payment of bonuses was not discussed with the government, which is the main shareholder. He reiterated that the country's economy is not safe from the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, and he echoed President Ramkalawan's call for fairness and solidarity.
As I've mentioned plenty of times in the National Assembly or in different media interviews, whilst we are on the road to recovery, we are not out of the woods yet. We're still in a very fragile situation. And basically, with the fourth wave linked to the Omicron variant, this is causing a lot of uncertainty globally, and of course that translates into risk for the country, especially as a lot of our traditional tourism destinations are being impacted. So that makes our recovery uncertain. And to be prudent, government feels that we need to take a very careful approach to ensure that all SOEs are in a financial state which is does not put the country at risk. So with that, and also to ensure that there's fairness in solidarity with a lot of other workers in the private sector and central government, that it is not wise for SOEs to pay a bonus.
The government will be allowed to access $33.6 million from the IMF, which brings the total disbursement under the current extended fund facility to about $67 million, an arrangement that was approved in July this year. The minister responsible for finance, Minister Hassan, made the announcement detailing works undertaken by government to meet the IMF benchmarks. This comes following the first review of Seychelles' economic performance under the 32-month EFF. IMF reported that the economic outlook is positive. However, it remains subject to the uncertain evolution of the COVID-19 pandemic worldwide, including the Omicron variant. The report added that government has kept spending below program, reflecting mostly capital expenditures, resulting from a reduction in expected external financials.
Based on that review, the successful review, then the board of IMF, they've released an amount of $33.6 million for the country, which should come into the government coffers this week. Also to inform that Seychelles is also getting a disbursement from the World Bank of $35 million. To note that these funds had already been pre-agreed with criteria set for its disbursement, and it is to be used for budget support.
The Perseverance district has a new market, which is in an area close to the roadside where fishermen used to sell fish before entering the Perseverance housing complex. Fishermen can now sell their fish in more hygienic condition. Fruits and vegetables are also sold at the new market. The minister responsible for fisheries, Jean-François Ferrari, and the M&A for Perseverance, Dishla Bassien, officially opened the market. It has cost 600,000 rupees to build, and it will be a temporary facility until the Seychelles Fishing Authority decides where and when the permanent market will be constructed. The Ansoupin district has now a new daycare center. The Minister for Local Government and Community Affairs, Rosemary Waro, and the M&A for Ansoupin, Clifford André, inaugurated the new daycare this morning. The new facility is located opposite the Ansoupin Primary School and is expected to accommodate 100 children. It will open from Monday to Friday from 7 a.m. till 4:30 p.m. The Minister for Employment and Social Affairs, Patricia Franco, together with the First Lady, Linda Ramkalawan, visited 4 children's homes of Seychelles this morning: the President's Village, Foyer de la Providence, Foyer de la Solitude, and Foyer de Nazareth. Minister Franco expressed her appreciation to the nuns who are raising the children with some words of encouragement. The aim of the visit was to hand over gifts and hampers to the nuns for the children and to show their support and care towards the children living there. The National History Museum has received a new exhibit. It is a scaled-down replica of the renowned Russian battleship Varyag, which docked in Port Victoria for restocking in 1916 during the First World War. It was on its way to fight the war in the Arctic region. The Secretary General of the Institute of Culture, Heritage and Arts, David André, stated that the exhibit is the first to go towards a new maritime museum that they are planning to set up.
This battleship, Varyag, came to Seychelles in the early 1900s, and it was basically one of the first connections between Russia and Seychelles. And it is even more important that because this is the first donation that eventually will go into the new maritime museum that we are planning to create in Seychelles.
President Wavel Ramkalawan has appointed Derek Ali as the new Chief Executive Officer of l'Union Estate on La Digue. Mr. Ali studied biological sciences and pedagogy at the University of Auckland in New Zealand and started his career as a teacher on La Digue in 1991. He has since occupied several positions, which included Chief of Protocol, the Director General for Presidential Affairs, and also the General Manager for Corporate Services at the Seychelles Pension Fund. He also worked in the Commonwealth Secretariat in London, and he was appointed Ambassador of Seychelles and has served 4 years as High Commissioner of Seychelles to the UK and to several European countries. He has been working in the private sector since his return to Seychelles from London. His appointment as CEO of l'Union Estate took effect on the 13th of December. And that's it for now. I'll be back with all the day's news in Creole in just under an hour's time. Good evening.